mean, Gospel Fest is huge, you know, and just to be able to be asked by Dr. Ricky Brooks to come and to join her and the great selection of folks that are coming and serving on this weekend is fantastic. We're honored. We're here in Atlanta. We represent Victory World Church over in Norcross, Georgia, and Victory World Music is just glad to be able to come through and participate in this great event.
So I'm going to go back a little bit because I'm about 30-something. I'm not going to tell my age, but I remember This Is How We Do It. Oh my gosh! So that was the best song of all times and one of his hugest hits. So tell me about that. How did you, and what was your transition from the R&B soul to the gospel world?
Well, my transition, well, I'll start by answering the question. This Is How We Do It was an incredible ride. It was a blessing from God. He allowed me to create that music and to take it and to travel all throughout the world so that I could get a testimony to be usable for him now. Part of the journey of me now, it's not really a journey of me going from R&B into gospel. It's a journey of me going from R&B into full-time ministry. So what I do now is full-time ministry. If I don't sing another note, I'm a minister of the gospel. I marry, bury, and dip. And that's my daily occupation, but he's gracious enough to me to also let me be a worshiper in the kingdom now. And so my objective and my job is basically to lead more people to Christ than I led when I was in the world. And that's what we do now at Victory World Music, Victory World Church. We're just basically taking the gospel of Jesus Christ through music to unite cultures, reconcile races, and show people that there is music out there that all types of races can worship to.
If you don't mind me asking, I'm not sure, I don't want to be too personal, but what was your, I guess, inspiration to go into gospel? Because I know there are a lot of artists now, and more in the secular world, that are switching over to the gospel world. I know God is the main reason for that. So can you kind of tell me what was your main inspiration and, you know, kind of switching over? You know, a lot of people are just interested, I guess, in knowing what was that big transition. Was it family? Was it, you know, anything that happened?
Well, I mean, when you say switch, for me it wasn't a switch.
Because
I was brought up in church. I was a church musician. I was brought up. Thing was, I was called into ministry at a young age. I just didn't answer.
I see. You know, so you had to go through that young period.
I had to go through. God was very patient with me and allowed me to try and do it my way. He gave me a nice wilderness period and allowed me to go and try and do things my way and provide for myself and realize, that basically without him, I'm nothing. And so the journey that it took me to get to that point was the journey that gives me the testimony that I have now, so that once again, like I said, I can be usable for his kingdom. So it wasn't like I got to a certain point and decided to switch. It was just I was called, but I just didn't answer, and then finally decided,
as most kids do. Yeah, I did the same thing. So, so tell me about Shake Praise, and tell me about upcoming goals, aspirations, music that you're doing. Also, tell me about are you doing any more writing, producing? I know you did a lot of writing and production. When you were doing, with Deborah Cox, etc. So, are you still doing writing and production now, or are you just focusing on what you're doing, your album, your upcoming music?
My daily job is full-time ministry. That's literally what I do.
So Shake Praise, did you?
Well, Shake Heaven is the. That's okay. Yeah, Shake Heaven is the name of the project that we currently have. We're kind of re-upping the project to re-release later this year with some differences. It's going to be a hot project, but Shake Heaven is basically a song that hit #1 in Atlanta on the Fish station, on the AC station, and it was played on Praise 102.5. It's generating a good energy here in Atlanta, and the objective basically is just to bring our worship to the rest of the world. That's the project that'll be out later this year, and from that standpoint, we hope to maybe just. I don't know if we're touring. I don't know what it looks like. Really, we're just focused on just getting the gospel of Jesus Christ into as many hands for people to have an alternative form of worship.
Okay, awesome. Last question. I love the logo, the design. I actually saw you when you first came in. Took a picture with the young lady. So tell me about the design. Who came up with the design? The colors, the brown colors are really warm and inviting. So tell me about that. Who designed the whole your logo?
Well, basically the design of Victory World Music. If you even go to just Victory World Church, they have a logo that has a V. And it's just like for victory, it's a V, and it's kind of circle embodiment. But when Victory World Music was birthed and God gave us the vision, my wife and I, for birthing the music division of the church, he just basically gave us the other pieces of world music just to be embodied in the same logo that was already there. So basically all Victory World Music is an outward extension of the worship that we already have within our corporate body. What we do internally, wrapped up in that victory, is just now we're taking it to the world and just outwardly giving it to them. So.
Anything you want to say for the kids? Because Urban Buzz Magazine is a positive magazine. We're all about uplifting and educating the entertainment world, music, fashion, etc. So anything that you want to say to Urban Buzz Magazine or just to the youth coming up that, you know, have experienced what you're going through, and to, you know, inspire them to, you know, to be patient, and that, you know, it will come, basically.
To anybody with Urban Buzz Magazine that's checking this out, my name is Montell Jordan, and very simply, I have more now in Jesus Christ than I ever had when I was in the world. It's that simple. Things, material things, at some point they're just not going to matter to you. You'll always want more, you'll always want more, and you'll never be satisfied. I know it. You may have to find that out for yourself. One thing the scriptures say is that a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. A fool likes to learn from his own. Hopefully you'll take the wisdom that I'm sharing with you right now to show you that of all the things that I had my entire lifetime, God has done more for me now in a year and a half of me serving Him completely and fully than He ever did in 18 years of being in that other business. God has been faithful to me. He's blessed my family. I don't want for nothing. And from that standpoint, if He would do it for me, I know He would do the exact same thing for you. It's a different time. It's a different season. And don't think that working for God's kingdom that you cannot be blessed. He's the ultimate and everything belongs to Him. So from that standpoint, you have that opportunity to make that decision. If music or production or writing is something that you're interested in, whatever it is, I would say if you seek first the kingdom and His righteousness, all the other things that you want to be added. That's it. Urban Buzz. What?
Thank you so much. Thank Montell. My hands are